So I'm gonna explain to everyone while I'm sitting on this couch being lazy, a psychological and motivational technique called the 2 minute rule. I believe James Clear talks about this, and other people have talked about it, and other people have different ways of forming it. It's not a new thing, but let me summarize it for you. So basically, it takes like 2 weeks to form a new habit, to do it every single day or to break a habit. But essentially, even something like you want it takes 7 good forms of contact to establish a relationship, and seven good forms of contact to do away with one negative form of contact. So let's say you get in an argument with someone, you're gonna have to have 7 pleasant conversations or interactions to get away from it. So basically, setting a habit takes like a week or 2 or 3 weeks at least. So one thing that helped me to try to go to the gym uh, before, when I struggled going there, because sometimes it's daunting to be like, I'm going there for an hour, is to use the 2 minute rule. Literally go, I am going there for 2 minutes, or I'm going there to do 2 sets of something, or I'm going there to walk on the treadmill for 2 minutes. What always happens, I think maybe one time out of maybe like 600 times, I actually only stayed for like 5 or 6 minutes because I actually had something to do or something came up. So it didn't even really do with my own motivation, it had to do with the external source. So basically, this will help establish you getting there, because most of it is showing up in terms of like how to establish good habits. Same thing with like stand up comedy. If you wanted to go to open mics, I would just be like, I'm just going to show up and watch, a couple stand ups perform. I'm not even going to sign up. And you're going to trick yourself to do it. It's important not to think about how it's a trick. It's important just to focus on the actual aspect of just getting there for 2 minutes. So whether it is, I'm going to eat 2 bites of salad, or I'm going to go to the grocery store and go shopping for 2 minutes, or look in the healthy aisle for 20 seconds. I'm going to play guitar for 2 minutes. I'm going to meditate for 2 minutes. A lot of us have a long list of things that we want to accomplish and new goals we want to put work towards, especially if it's the beginning of the year or like a birthday or something bad or really good happened. I think it's important, if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, to tackle just one or two of them. If two are too much, tackle one for in a week. And if you find yourself not being able to set aside the 20 minutes to an hour, which most people kind of need per day to make some progress on something, do the 2 minute rule. Because as Mel Robbins says, oh my God, there's something in my mouth. As a lot of people have said, it's you just want minute daily or weekly or even monthly progress. You don't want to go back. And at the very least, you want to be neutral and plateau, especially if it has to deal with diet or health. But in terms of improving something or learning a new skill like language, music, writing, anything that takes a lot of self motivation on your own. Listen, if you have $100 an hour, you can easily pay someone and schedule something. It is kind of true. The psychological thing, when you do something for free on your free time, you tend to put it aside. Like that saying where like the work expands the amount of time you're given. Like if you have a week to mow your lawn, it will take you a week. You'll do it on that very last day. That's why most people get more done when they have a busy, packed day. It's a weird psychological thing. We're humans. That's why we have to go to school and pay a ton of money to go to university or whatever. So anyways, use this 2 minute rule. If you ever feel like you've taken some weeks off from your goal, you don't know how to get back started, listen, just crack the book, read 2 pages. Just for some reason, this two thing seems so minute. One seems laughable, 1 minute. 5 minutes seems like, I don't know why. There's like a stressful factor when you think of five, because I think it's half of 10, and 10 feels like the whole. 2 minutes seems super easy. So just do that. Whether it's 2 minutes going on a dating website, let's say you were divorced and haven't dated for 10 years. 2 minutes anything. 2 minutes talking you could do 2 seconds talking to someone that you want to rekindle a friendship with or a relative. So use this 2 minute rule. Give it a shot. Comment below and see what things you're going to be spending 2 minutes on. I'm gonna spend my 2 minutes, I think, today and the next day on reading, doing some journaling. Journaling always helps out because it's like you set goals aside, and it's like self therapy where you kind of go over things when you put it down on paper. It kind of or on your computer screen, it sort of solidifies and helps you organize thoughts into something. It's like when you speak, it's like when you learn something and you immediately teach it, you learn it better. There's something about journaling that really solidifies your thoughts and helps you go through and analyze them, and helps you set up goals for the current day or the next day or the upcoming days, and it helps you kind of relive and analyze some things that you've done in the past. It's essentially therapy, and goal setting what journaling happens to be, and it's fun to look back on, especially now the world is dying. This is coronavirus time, so sorry to bring that up if you're watching this later on.